welcome to my channel and welcome back to the second part of this speed build thing. It has been a while, so if you haven't seen the first part yet, I will link it in the description. But if you have, welcome back. We're finally doing the interior for this house, and I'm only doing the ground floor, if that's the correct way to say it. I am not sure in this video, so what you're seeing right now, because it's a pretty big build, especially for me, and I take such a long time. Like, it's a thing with me. I always take like way longer than I should to do stuff. I don't know why, it's a thing, but I really wanted to, you know, put a lot of effort and detail into this. It's in a style that I usually don't really decorate in, so it took me a while, and that's why you're only seeing the first, the ground floor, because this video is already longer than I usually make them. I aim for like 50 minutes for a speed build, and this one is already 20 minutes, and I also need to do the garden, the back garden. That's not a word. I don't know what the correct thing to say is for that. I'm sorry. And I also need to do the first floor, so it would have taken too long, so we're only doing the ground floor in this one. So very soon, hopefully, I am putting out part 3, but today I actually have something very specific to do for this video. I planned this out a while back because I thought this was going to take way less time than it actually took in the end. I recorded this in like 5 separate times, so it took me like 5 days or something to finish this. Well, obviously like not full days, but it has been a process. Normally I decorate very modernly, and this is inspired by medieval times, so it's a different thing for me. It's kind of the idea that I had in mind. Sorry, I bumped the microphone again. I do that every single video. When will I stop? It has been 6 months and I still don't know how to do this thing that is called YouTube. Anyway, what I had in mind for this is that this is an old, very old house, probably from like 500 to 1500, because that's medieval times. So it's an old house, and the family that moved in here sort of modernized it a bit so it's more livable in this time. So they redecorated a bit, but they did keep in a lot of the original elements in this build. So that's what I was going for, like a modernized but still very vintage looking, like old looking building. That's why there's a lot of like dark colors, because I associate medieval times with dark colors apparently. Like, and don't quote me on any of this because I did not do my research on what is properly from that time. It's more of like how I see it in my mind. And they're probably also a really, really wealthy family that moved in here, so they do have a butler, or maybe more than one butler. So the area that we're decorating right now is the dining area, but the other half of that part, I guess, is all butler stuff. So there's a really big kitchen in which they can make food. They probably hired a cook for every single day. And then there's this tiny little like bedroom, living area, bathroom area where the butler can sleep and do other stuff that you need to do to be able to live. But I really wanted the butler area to be very, very separated from the rest of the house, and I feel like that's not something that this family necessarily wants, but more something that has stuck from the old time that this house was built in. And I don't know, I like that idea, and it also gave me some more things to build, because I am not used to building big houses. And you probably know that if you've been following me for a while, I build more tiny houses than I build big houses, and if it's ever like big, it's not that big. Like, even this house is not huge or something. I don't know, I'm just really bad at building bigger stuff, and I get bored really easily. I feel like that's the main problem. I like building the outside, and then that looks pretty, and then I'm like, ah, dang it, I also need to do the inside. And it took me so long, and that's probably why it took me that long. Let's be honest here. It's probably just because I could not sit down and actually like make myself decorate this thing. And I like decorating, but after I'm done with like a quarter of this house, I'm like, yeah, that's enough for today. So that's why it took me so long. But anyway, I have something really specific planned for this video, like I mentioned earlier, and that's because I was tagged on Tumblr to do a specific tag, and I can't remember what it is, but it's probably like an A to Z or C, depending on where you live, thing with like questions. I removed a couple because I am doing a Q&A really soon, and I did not want to answer a question that was also asked in a Q&A question. I don't know, I just didn't want to spoil that. And also some of the letters are actually missing from this A to Z or C thing, so I don't know why that is, but you know, if you miss some questions, that's the explanation for that. Also, I was tagged by Vividlore again, so thank you so much. I love being tagged in this kind of stuff. I never answer it on Tumblr because I'm not like, I do sim stuff on Tumblr and I don't really do like anything else. I just post screenshots of my game, and then whenever I'm tagged in something, I usually make a video just because it's something to do, and most of the time I'm like, this would be fun for a video. So I'm hoping you like this idea, and I'm going to answer that, and if there's time left, I might tell some more stories or whatever. So the first question that I have here is my biggest fear, and I actually don't know. I probably should have prepared a little before I answered these, but I actually didn't, so there might be like pauses of me thinking or whatever. I get this question more often than just in this tag, and the biggest problem that I have with it is that I have so many fears, but I wouldn't know for the life of me which is my biggest one. I guess people, just in general people. I don't really like meeting new people. Like, I'm fine if we know each other a bit or something, but I'm like scared for that first interaction because I don't know what to do with myself. It's like a handshake, hug moment. I never know what to do, so that is one of my biggest fears. I don't know, maybe there's bigger fears that I just don't I'm not thinking of right now, or I didn't realize yet that it was a fear. that could be a thing too. And I guess asking people for help, I don't like that. Like in public, in like a store or something, I don't like it, or like directions if I'm lost or things like that. Or I guess in more like things with my friends or something, if I need something. I don't like asking people for help. It's been a thing in school too. It's like I always wanted to figure things out on my own before I went up and asked someone, and I probably could have saved myself a lot of trouble if I did not do that. So I guess that's sort of my biggest fear or whatever. The second question is current time, and it's currently 8:30 in the evening, so PM. Drink you last had. The problem is with this question, like, it's never going to be interesting because I literally can only drink water for the sort of diet that I'm doing. So water, actually sparkling water, if you want something more specific. I have a thing for really expensive sparkling water. I don't know why. Usually I don't really care how much something costs. Usually I go for like the cheapest option in the store, but I don't know, I just really like expensive sparkling water. I don't know, is there someone else out there that's like me with this, or am I just like the only one in the world who actually cares about this? Because I don't know, it tastes more fresh to me or something. I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. I just like sparkles and things, and I think I don't like the actual taste of the sparkles. Like, there's like this like sort of bitter taste to it, and the more expensive ones don't have that. Okay, very very specific answer to literally the question drink you last had. Okay. The third question is every day starts with, and for me, this is a really, really, really exciting answer, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this. I talked about this on Twitter a while back. Reading comments. That's the first thing I do in the morning, except for like the usual getting out of bed and making breakfast. I get out of bed, I make my breakfast, start up my laptop. Sorry, I speak too fast and then I stumble over my words, so I need to practice speaking a bit more slowly and clearly. That's what I want to work on. But I get out of bed, make my breakfast, start up my laptop, and then I read and reply to comments. You always know I try to read every single comment. I don't reply to every single comment anymore. Mostly because I either just don't know what to say, or it will be the same answer to everyone, or I just get too much and I don't have time. But I do read every one of them. I might miss like a few. I'm really sorry. I try not to, but sometimes YouTube messes up and doesn't notify me when someone comments on my video, and then I miss it, especially if it's like an old video. I don't always open every single page. So I'm really sorry if I missed yours, but you can see if I read yours by checking back on the comments and seeing if I like loved it. I think that's the correct thing to say. I just say liked it. You'll see my profile picture and like a heart next to your comment, and that's how you know I read it, which I basically do for every single comment that I read. So even if I don't reply, I probably did read it. So and always, as always, thank you so much for the comments. They make me so happy. It's my favorite thing about this whole thing, except for the other than the video making, because obviously I like video making, but like actually posting it online, my favorite thing is getting feedback and reading all of your comments, and just I love it. And the next question that I have is, ghosts are real? Question mark. No. I believe in science, I guess. So if something isn't proven, or like, I mean, science is like a really big word, and there's lots of scientists with lots of different opinions on things. But if it's, in my opinion, not proven, I don't believe in it. And in my opinion, it's not a proven thing that there are ghosts. I guess I would like there to be ghosts, although I'm really scared of them. But I am one of those people who do not want to die in like 80 years. I would rather live forever than die in 80 years, because there's so much to learn and so much to see, and there's just not enough time. So becoming a ghost wouldn't be the worst thing, in my opinion. So maybe I would like there to be ghosts, and sign me up. The next question is, in love with The Sims? I mean, don't we all love The Sims? I am in love with The Sims. The new Bowling Pack trailer came out today, so that's good. New stuff. Probably not getting it because I'm broke, which I will tell you about in... Oh, that sounds really serious, but I live with my parents, so it's not like, don't worry for me. I don't have money, but I don't need money. I have food and a house. And quick disclaimer before people start to worry. I'm broke, but it doesn't matter. And I will tell you about that in a later question. And the next question is jealous of. And this is really specific, but I've been really jealous of this for a really long time. People who have a different ambition in life than creating art stuff. I want to be a musician, or at least make creative things like videos, or I don't know, like theater, or dancing, or whatever, something creative. And that means whatever I want to study for, I need to do an audition. And I am so incredibly jealous of people who want to do something, like are really passionate about something that they can just apply for and get in immediately. Because that's sort of the thing in where I live. It's either you do an audition, or you get sort of randomly chosen, or there's a couple of study stuff that you just get into. Like you apply, and if you have like the right things in school, which is just your level of what you've got your education in. It's a difficult system to explain like really quickly, but there's some things that you just apply for and you get in. And I really wish that I was passionate, like really passionate about one of those topics. And I am not, because I just love art, and I guess I do want to do art, and I'm going to audition, but it would be a lot less stressful if I could just get in and know what I'm doing next year. So that's really specific, but that's the people who I'm jealous of. And the next question, I don't really understand. It's killed someone, and no. Why would that be a question? Okay, first of all, if you had killed someone, why the hell would you say yes to that question? Because I'm pretty sure that's something that needs to stay hidden, so I don't understand this question. Sorry to the person who made this, but no, I have never killed someone. Unless you mean The Sims, in which case I did kill someone, but I did not want to, and I felt really bad, but I wanted to do the runaway teen challenge or whatever, and then you sort of need to kill the parent because you can't have a teen on their own on the lot. So yeah, in The Sims I have killed a sim, but no, I've never killed like an actual person. Duh. I mean, why would I? I don't understand. Okay, last time you cried, which I'm pretty sure that's I think I cried in the last episode of the Vampire Diaries, like the final episode. I think that's the last time I cried. I don't know how long ago that was, not that long ago, but I'm pretty sure that was the last time that I cried. Number of siblings, I have one. I have an older brother, one wish. This is cheesy, but I want to find somewhere where I belong. I hate the way I say that. I don't like that's my one wish, but it's something that I've realized when I started applying to colleges or universities and stuff like that. I just want to find some place where, you know, when I walk in next year, like after a month, I'm like, yeah, this is the right decision. I made the right decision. I feel like I'm in the right place here. That's sort of my wish for now. Person you last called or texted. My best friend. Question you're always asked. Probably where I'm from. I think that's the most asked question, especially on YouTube, because obviously you can hear that English is not my first language, especially on days where I just struggle to speak English so much. So I guess that's my number one most asked question. And if you want to know where I'm from, watch my Q&A video because it is asked a couple of times. Song you last sang. I actually recorded a cover of this song, the song that I last sang, a while back. And if you're a Gilmore Girls fan, you probably recognize it. So maybe I will play like a clip right now. I don't know. Maybe you'll know when you watch the video. Now that I've worn out the world, I'm on my knees in fascination, looking through the night. Underwear color, random transition, black, and vacation destination. I can finally talk about why I am currently broke. I literally have no money left, which is fine because it also means that I'm going to Disney World. Yes, I'm going to Disney World. I have been saving up for this for so long and I am so excited. So yeah, I am going to Disney World, so that's why I'm broke. So that's the vacation destination that I'm going to. Worst habit. I don't know, forgetting stuff. That's probably my worst habit. X-ray, you've had none. Never even been to the hospital for me before. I have been to the doctor for myself in maybe twice in my life. I haven't even been born in the hospital, so I don't have any stories for that. My favorite food, I don't know. It changes. I guess I can't really tell you at this moment because I'm craving so much stuff since I'm eating vegan and healthy. Cheese, probably. Probably cheese, to be honest. And my zodiac sign. And here's the problem. My birthday is the 5th of March, so you can calculate what I am, but I have no idea how to pronounce this word. I do know what I am. In Dutch, it's visse, which is basically fish. That's the translation. It's fish. In which case, you probably already know what my zodiac sign is. Maybe I will put it on the screen or something, but I really, really don't know how to pronounce this. And that's basically it for the questions. I answered all of them except for a couple of ones which I already talked about in the beginning of this video. Let me know if you like me doing this sort of thing, like answering questions or doing a specific tag or something when I'm doing voiceovers for a video, or if you want me to talk about something else, maybe my life, maybe stories. And if you have anything specific that you want me to talk about in future speed build voiceover stuff, I don't like to talk about the build too much. I do give some background information on what I had in mind, but I think it's more fun for me to just talk about random stuff while you're watching me build whatever. This is probably the last room that I'm doing. I'm just decorating some bits and pieces around the house. So we have the butler area, the kitchen, the dining room, a really big study, a painting room, which I'm really proud of. I've never ever made a painting room before. I was inspired by the Hamilton builds. If you watch my Hamilton video, you do know that John Lawrence has his own painting studio, so that's where I was inspired from. Obviously, like a main living room, and that's basically it. A bathroom downstairs, and all there is left to do is a bit of the garden and upstairs, the first floor. So that's what you're going to see in the next video, and maybe I can talk more about my Disney trip in that one too. But other than that, this is basically it for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!